Hello Sagittarius, this is Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology. I'm so happy you guys are here with me today. This is your September 2020 general reading. I just got done with the August 2020 love readings not that long ago, so those are still pretty fresh. Check that out if you haven't already. Ooh, that was an intense round of love readings. And then I got into the generals, honestly, you guys, and I started to get a lot of the same storylines coming up again and again. So definitely make sure you guys are checking out your sun, moon, and rising signs to kind of see what resonates with you. And then there's also been a couple of channel messages that have come through for the collective as a result of going through my last 2 rounds of readings. So I've got those up for you guys as well. Tarot 101 is now open for enrollment, which just means you can go and pay on Patreon. You can join up and you will get a month's worth. You will get 4 very solid weeks of tarot education. And then that is the first of 4 months of the fall session of Tarot 101. So definitely check out the information in the comment box below or the description box below if you guys are interested in that, or if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, if you guys want to check out some of my decks, anything like that. There's lots of stuff down there. Go ahead and check it out. I'm ready to roll, okay? I actually started to get a little, I'm gonna be honest with you, I started to get a little burnt out with those same storylines, and I took a day off. Honestly, I had to do a bunch of like technological stuff and like administrative tasks. And then I had a very good cleansing experience last night under this beautiful Pisces full moon. So definitely ready to release some things. And the last reading that I did was Leo. So that was the first one I did after this cleansing, and it felt great. So I'm excited about where yours is going to go. This came up for Leo and it's coming out again. They're actually in, yes, oh my gosh. Okay, real quick. Thank you guys once again for being here. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions, for all of your support. It is tremendous. Especially, I gotta tell you, what is the best kind of support that I get is when I get to know my clients. And some of my clients, the people I work with, my favorites, don't tell anybody else, are Sagittarians, okay? So hi Sandy, thank you so much for all of your loyalty, and hello to my Sagittarius friend, because I almost feel like this is an energy that my Sagittarius friend is tiptoeing into at this point in time. I have a friend who thought she was a triple Sag, and then she got her actual birth time and it turns out that she's part Aquarian, and that makes so much sense. So I call her my Sagittarius, okay? Nonetheless, this is you. Do you see how like this person is a younger version of this person? And then I think this is even another bit of progression, okay? So there's a time where you set forth these goals for yourself. When you're very young, you're like, these are the things that I will achieve when I grow up. This is who I will be. And you don't have to have been like 5 when that happened. Maybe you're 25, maybe you're 35. But this is a long time ago, okay? A long time ago. You set these goals. This says you deserve time for your life. That is important. You deserve time for your life. Okay. This one says set a goal, write it down, and release the outcome. Small steps make a big difference. So through that process and through the years, so this is like, you know, like a 5-year-old, and there is a 25-year-old, and I feel like this might be like a 40, right? Like it's really showing me, let me go ahead and get this glare out of the way, a progression through time. So ignore the, like if you are not a feminine, don't worry. Like I think everybody in these cards is, all right? Wow. So here you are. You've worked on all of your goals. You've accomplished so much. You might even be a little tired and you're resting at the pillar of this column. But do you see how like, look at that gateway. It's the same place that you were a long time ago. And you've definitely elevated. It's like you manifested these hot air balloons. You have risen. You have achieved a lot of your goals. And it has elevated your sense of self, your trust in your own intuition, because this pillar, anybody sitting next to a pillar always represents me of the high priestess. And in fact, Do you see how these balloons have been let out of that cage? How beautiful is that? All in her mind. This was what was going on in the last reading that this came up. We had somebody with their eyes closed, and it's almost like they're still manifesting all the time up here, and understanding the inner workings of themselves and their environment is what allows them to release these hot air balloons. But now I almost feel like these hot air balloons, this is orange, a lot of orange energy, is a lot of sacral chakra cleansing. And that means being able to heal any past emotional memories that might be painful, that might be holding you back, any sort of shame, any sort of programming that was given to you about who you are and what you're capable of creating. All right? So it's almost like these hot air balloons were in a cage all this time, and you had to do that healing in order to let them out. And every time you release some of your past, even, it's almost like they're showing me the sandbags, right? So it's almost like you have these sandbags, these dense, heavy experiences or memories that you are transmuting into hot air balloons, right? You take this heavy energy, and by going within and trying to understand the inner workings of everything, you can set, they actually turn from sand into air. So instead of something that's weighing you down, it's lifting you up and letting you out of that cage. And you've done this by following your intuition. Doing meditation, very, very, very important. They're actually showing me, like, as she meditates, more and more balloons just being released. Beautiful energy. But this time element is coming back in again. And it makes me feel like now that you've gotten all these balloons moving, it's almost as if your goals are shifting. Okay, the version of yourself that this little girl imagined is here. And now this person is imagining a different future potential than this child could have ever dreamt of. So what do you do with that? What do you do with that? Okay, do you see how this person's tired? Okay. This also always represents to me the institution of higher learning. So this looks like the campus where I went to school. Okay. And just tired and sitting there just kind of like in their thoughts, and would so much rather be in their thoughts than in this same scene that they've actually been in for a very long time. Okay. So what do you do with that? You retreat. You go into your shell. This is good time for calm, peace. Oh, listen to the voice of your soul. Listen to the voice of your soul. So this person is still in meditation, but it's like, now they're telling me a story like she's so tired, she just kind of dozes off. She's bored in her environment, and she dozes off, and she imagines herself on this beautiful beach. So for some of you guys, this is literally like going into guided meditations. Oh, you know, I spent a year as a theater teacher, and I was actually super duper inspired by my high school theater teacher, who's now like a published author, amazing person. But she used to do guided meditations with us, and this was like 1996. And she'd have us all lay down on the floor because it was like the last class of the day. And I think she was just stressed. And she would just, no music. She just like, imagine yourself laying on a calm beach, right? And letting the waves come up, and just any tension, it just washes away. It just washes away. So for some of you, this is actually encouraging you to take a break from your work environment to try to go get out in nature, because, oh my gosh, you want to talk to your spirits, you got to get out of the city. Go out to the water if you can. It's for real. Like, I was just talking in my last video about how I am in almost constant contact with my guides, somebody at some point in time throughout the day. But when I go to, and I'm in like the lake water or the river water, because we don't have any pools open this year, I really, really feel just like the guidance is clearer than ever. Oh, interesting. So the first card I saw in the split was the Emperor reversed. The second one was the Empress reversed. And oh my gosh, now we have the Tower. Let's see what kind of reading comes out. This is the Tattoo Tarot. If you guys are interested in any of my tarot decks, you can actually check out a link in the description box to my page where I have all of my decks listed. Which way does it go? That way. And if you purchase them through that link, you can actually help to support Soul School in that way. This 9 of Coins, actually when it came out, I didn't know if it was like this or if it was like this. And that's the state that I feel like you are at when you go into your go into your retreat. Because this 9 of Pentacles is somebody who has achieved fulfillment. They have achieved their goals. But then when it comes out reversed, the feeling that I'm getting is, or have I? Or have I achieved all my goals? Do I have other goals that maybe I could not have even conceptualized back then that I have now? So while you were feeling, and you guys, I understand this. Like, I thought I had just started the career I was going to have for the rest of my life. And 3 years it took for me to say, no, I can't. I can't keep doing that, please. Please don't make me keep doing that. I love teaching. I miss teaching, but y'all, not in this system, not in this world. I'm not going to go there. Let us see what else comes out for you guys today. All right, so tell me a little bit more. How can we guide? Oh, beautiful. How can we guide Sagittarius through these September energies they're going to be dealing with? So you're definitely beginning to reconsider what you consider to be wish fulfillment. Like, what is your version of personal fulfillment and individual happiness? Because if you're still going off of what your goals were when you were 5, right? Even if you're still going off of your goals that you had when you were 25, the goals that I had when I was 35, I'm 40 now, and it's not the same, okay? So there is a desire for you to just not be so tired all of the time. Not be so tired. Stop having to like energetically fight the fight that you have to fight on a daily basis in the environment that you're at right now. Okay? Some of you guys are concerned, can I be successful? Because for me, for the longest time, and I even, the way that I see it now is I didn't realize how institutionalized I had become because I was a single mother at the age of 19 and I depended on the resources that were available to me at the time. And then as soon as I could, I had a contracted position with benefits, but I was always going to school, working for school, right? You know, I was always working essentially for an institution. And I couldn't even imagine working on my own, like standing out on my own, not within the halls of an institution, because I assumed that the institution gave me power. And then I began to realize all the ways in which I was giving my power away to the institution. Does that make sense? Right? So you're beginning to rethink this, and you're also, you want a more equal exchange. Okay? You want a more equal exchange of your energy for dollars, because whatever you do, you have to make money, right? But you see these little things that light up. It's almost like you turn over. It's like you want a job that doesn't just pay you in pentacles, but pays you in joy, that pays you in spark. that gives you just something different. But this also makes me feel like helping people. Like this person's handing this person an envelope of something that they need. And it could just be information. All right. So you're stepping into this Empress energy in a really big way. In fact, the more you retreat, the more you realize how exceptionally fertile and creative you are. But also, this is what happens when you open up that sacral chakra. Your creativity, your inner divine feminine, which can literally just create, is growing. But she's looking at the world around her and her environment where she's at right now and thinking that it's slowing her down. She's like, look at me. I've got my scepter. What do I need these 8 wands for? They're just in my way. So this actually kind of ties in with the initial thought that I was getting of the 6 of Pentacles, is beginning to talk to other people who have made a similar move, and to really begin to look around at where are some other places that I can take my skills and talent and exchange and my joy. Because a lot of us, we end up, even though it's something we wanted, oh yay, there's the Aquarius card. This is hope and renewal. This is faith. This is allowing yourself to set off on a new journey because you have powers now. You've got magic in you. You have faith in things that you didn't realize that you had before. Okay. Now, like I said, this is Aquarius, associated with Aquarius, whereas Temperance is Sagittarius. But one of the key words that comes up with the star card is faith. And that's very big to Sagittarians. Okay. Very big to Sagittarians. And in fact, oh, that's lovely. Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Okay. I have a 4 of Swords and a 6 of Swords here. So that shows that coming to an end of a cycle, especially a thought cycle. Okay. But this 4 of Swords to me represents that moment when you come out of this state of meditation. You come out of this state of meditation. You realize you're the Empress. You realize you're the star. And you're ready for a new start that moves you in a new direction. Okay? It's almost like, because the 6 of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck features somebody in a boat, like rowing across the water. And I see her rowing across this water to follow a new start. Because she's done everything she can in this space. She's been in this space since she was a little girl. And this was the perfect environment for her to be able to do the healing that was needed. But now it's like, now that you're healed, if you could go anywhere in the world that this little girl did not imagine, where would it be? And this blue also has to do with speaking your truth. Knowing who you really are. I love that. And it's also, look, she's got, it's just the border between the water and the earth, right? This shore here right there is really important. Taking what is important to you internally and grounding it in the earth. Taking your love and your compassion and your healing ability and bringing it to the people of the world. I love this, you guys. I love this so much. I'm going to do an extended reading with this, and I'm going to pull out the Hermetic Tarot. But before I do, let me get you guys an oracle card to wrap up, just in case you guys aren't following me over there. I want to go ahead and put a cap on this beautiful reading. I love this so much, you guys. I support you, whatever it is that you're feeling, because you know what? Yes, yes, yes. Because that's exactly, oh, independence. Sorry, you guys, that was just on my, that was sitting there peeking at me. We do have to go back. Okay. So look at this. Before you leave this space that you're at, because look, we have the same, right? Do you see this same, yeah, that same wall right there, okay? clearing. This is what I like, right? Like my Sagittarius friend has this boxes of stuff that she's been, papers that we need to get rid of. Get rid of them. It's okay now. You can get rid of them now. Okay? It's okay for your goals to change. I spent so much of my life following one career path, and I worked a lot, went to school a lot to end up where I was. And then when I was like, oh, this isn't where I meant to stay, I felt like that. It was sad. But see how this is just open water? You don't know how to go, where to go, right? This is a stream that has a path. As you clear things out, your path forward becomes much more clear. Okay? And then, remember I said it's like she's rowing across the water? This is where you end up on the other side. In this, just feeling the independence. That's another thing that's lacking with this Nine of Pentacles reverse. You don't necessarily feel sovereignty over your own life, where you're at. Okay? But also, interesting, you see how that's the same dress, the same white dress? Okay? What happens between the clearing and the independence? There is going to be a state of transition, okay? And transitions aren't always the most comfortable places to be in, all right? But it is an important stepping stone. Transitions are, oh, great, I love it. Oh my gosh. You're gonna have what you need, because the transition is actually going to strengthen you and prepare you. It's almost like when she was little, she used to pretend that big bow that somebody else put on her, somebody else dressed her up in this big bow. And she's like, oh, okay, I don't really want to be a bow, but I'm going to pretend that they're butterfly wings. You've always kind of been pretending that you had these butterfly wings, or imagining that someday you would have these butterfly wings. So here you are, clearing things away, ready to leave this place you've been at for probably a very long time. But you see how she does not have wings. In this state of transition, your wings begin to sprout. Do you see that? But also she has a crown. So relying on the crown chakra is very important. And in fact, she has a bun at the back of her head, and she has a bun on the top of her head, which to me, I always just kind of like, I got a crown right there. I like wearing my bun on the top of my head because it's right there all up with my crown chakra. But, ooh, look what an opulent mansion she lives into. Oh, I want to go live there. That's beautiful. So there are some points of this where you're going to feel restricted. You're going to feel like you want to rush ahead, and there's like this line, like you just kind of have to wait. It's like waiting in line for your turn of the merry-go-round or the Ferris wheel or whatever they call it, okay? There's going to be times where you have to wait for the next step to be open to you. But in this process, you see how these little pink flowers are starting to bloom? These pink flowers represent self-love. And look what she's got in this picture. Look how big that pink flower is. Your sense of self-love grows tremendously by allowing yourself to clear away old versions of yourself. Okay? Our left foot chakra represents where we have been. And our right foot chakra represents where we are going. Cleanse both. Cleanse both. I do it with smoke. Like smudge, like, yeah, get your foot chakras real good. Or get like a good, like foot soak. Or like, I don't know, like, you know what to do. If you're, well, you don't necessarily know what to do for foot care. If you know how to care for your feet, however you care for your feet, care for your feet, okay? If you're a dude, literally get a pumice stone and like rub that dead skin off of there, okay? Shed, clear what is no longer needed. It's old. It's like, oh, dead skin, gross. I'm just kidding. Everybody's got dead skin. It happens, okay? Okay? And then you get to move towards this state. There will be times right? This path is dark. Like, I thought we were just going on a boat ride. How'd I end up in the woods? How'd I end up in the woods? But you have the crown chakra. You have the moon guiding your way. So your intuition. And I never even realized the toadstools. But this is important because there is a card that came out last reading that's called Playfulness. And she's sitting on a toadstool. So don't forget to have some fun along the way. Okay? But there is a desire to move because you've done this tremendous healing. And you have stepped into this. Look at this Ace of Wands. Do you see this? This new beginning. Do you see how there's this great big flower there? Oh, it just keeps coming back to me. You can see her holding that up. So it's a whole new direction, wanting to take things in a whole new direction. And if you are having a hard time with understanding how to do that, do the retreat, do the meditation, go within. But I also feel like these decisions, these realizations are a result of your retreat and of your meditations. So the next step is gathering the information and clear your path. Clear your path as much as you can. They're just showing me their feet, how we can see their feet, where they're standing. Ground yourself and clear your path. Sagittarius, if you guys want more information, follow me over to Vimeo at the link in the description below. Otherwise, I will catch you guys very, very soon again. All right, take